played Melty Blood. I mean, Under Night and Birth.
Right.
Close to the same thing.
I'm in the weirdest sense of deja vu right now.
I mean, technically, I'm kind of sort of like playing Melty Blood. But seriously, guys, Melty Blood HD when? I'm disappointed that they didn't use like a bleep for that.
Yeah, that would have been a lot funnier.
It's funny because this is one of the few games still using pixels. Well, higher budget games still using pixels. I'm on it.
Fucking kids, get off my lawn!
I like how that's the premise of the entire story. Guest characters don't have stories, so here's my story. You can definitely tell this was an arcade game in Japan, though.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder how Japan feels about the fact that, like, arcades are dead basically everywhere else in the world.
They're probably confused about it, as they are about a great many things in the rest of the world.
Well, I mean, like, it seems like it's kind of an obvious thing, given how fucking far apart everything is here.
Yeah, I don't think they were ever as big in the United States as they are in Japan.
Well, they were before technology caught up. I have some pretty bad memories of going to arcades.
Yeah, so do I.
I don't care what anybody says, I was never happy about the, more or less, the paying for the privilege of getting my ass kicked in a new fighting game that just came out. Because it's like, how the fuck am I supposed to really learn how to do anything if, anytime I go there, there's some fucking vulture skulking about in the corner, waiting for an easy mark to come by?
Yeah, that's fair. The arcade where I grew up, though, there weren't really too many people hanging out there, period.
Especially not people actually playing the games. I assume they were there for the drugs.
I mean, probably. There were people playing the games, but it was a really small town. There weren't a lot of, like, video game vultures, as you put it.
No, it was basically just fighting games. Everything else was fine.
I don't remember how many fighting games that place really had in it.
I'm gonna guess it probably had, like, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, there was Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. I vaguely remember Killer Instinct.
Like, if they had any SNK fighting games, it was because it was just part of a Neo Geo machine in itself.
Yeah, naturally. They had, I think they had Clay Fighter.
I don't think that was ever an arcade game.
Maybe not. Oh.
Clay Fighter is not a real fighting game, no matter what anybody else thinks. You guys will just have to live with that, like the Smash Bros. Players.
They had a few weird fucking things, though. I just can't put my finger on them.
I can think of Most of the arcades I went to had essentially kind of like the standard fare. Also, can we talk about how the moon is like not proper?
Didn't we do that last time?
What are you talking about? This is the first time we've done this. The moon is not proper.
No, it's not.
It's like somebody took a big bite out of it, like a cookie. I think the weirdest thing the local arcade had was probably Newman Athletics. I think that was the weirdest game I ever saw there.
What now?
Newman Athletics. It was essentially like Tiny Toons Wacky Sports before Wacky Sports happened.
Oh.
Except it was with people with superpowers instead.
Hmm.
Instead of the discus toss, there was the missile toss. The 100-meter dash was, I think, like a couple thousand. And you ran fast enough to outrace a Formula 1 car.
For some reason, that vaguely rings a bell.
I was thinking about playing it, but I'd have to see where Maine is at now. It's been like 10 years or so since I actually touched Maine. Also, here's Hilda again, the boss of the game. Fought on the 3rd stage.
Nice outfit, lady. I get a real Ragyo Kiryu vibe from her.
I don't see it. I mean, outfit-wise, kind of. But I don't know, I'm a guy who makes lots of characters who have fur collars, so it's not really new to me.
I suppose it is mostly just the basic shape of the outfit, if anything, I guess.
Spoilers, I love fur collars, though. I would say it's like one of my favorite outfit pieces. Long coats and fur collars. But I've already kind of established, like, pretty recently that I realized months ago, it's like, no, I'm totally an edgelord and that's okay. Or at least I still enjoy the edgelord aesthetic. And that's fine, that's okay. Everybody's got their thing. And that's mine. I'm hungry.
I just ate.
I didn't really eat today. As I am wont to do. Problems?
Right earphone just keeps going in and out.
Well, I mean, we are using a headphone splitter.
Well, yeah, but it's not supposed to do that.
Seems like it's done that for me every time I've used a splitter. The left and the right become very, very deliberately done. That's kind of why I stopped using headphone splitters for the speakers on my computer. When I still use my speakers, I've become one of those people who uses his headphones for everything.
I would, but my headphones, because I wear glasses, I just can't wear headphones for more than like an hour before I start getting enormous headaches.
The only way I'd really bother using my speakers again is if I started shutting my bedroom door, and that's just not something I really do. It's a hard habit to break out of after not having a bedroom door for so long. A story I think I've probably told before. Probably? I don't even remember.
I'm pretty sure you have, I just forget the specifics.
Didn't get up for school, got drug out of bed.
Oh, yeah.
Mom left and My response was to shut the bedroom door and sit against it and go back to sleep. And then she just fucking broke it down.
My mom was pretty hardcore.
She did not tolerate me skipping school. Even though she understood why I didn't like going to school. She was just like, if I had my way, I wouldn't make you go, but the government has a completely different opinion on this matter.
At least back in the day where there was a chance you would actually learn something in school. I said a chance.
I remember in high school I learned how to balance a checkbook, which is really funny in hindsight. Because, like, who the fuck does that anymore? The only people I know of who balance their checkbooks are, well, old people who still use checks.
I still use checks, I just never balance my checkbook because I can always check the balance of my checking account with the internet.
Oh, I guess I still use checks, but only, like, for two things. And that is to pay rent and to renew my license plate tabs. Because fuck if the DMV thinks they're gonna get an extra, like, $8 out of me for... What is it? I think it's registering it online? Or paying it online?
Yeah, it's something like that.
We're talking about Type Moon stuff.
Right. Hi there, Alias Feel.
We're still talking about Melty Blood.
Mega Maid. Wait, no.
But yeah, I think it's like $8 for paying online, and like a $3 fee for going into the DMV and doing it in person, which I don't get.
It's a convenience fee.
Well, you'd think going into the DMV would be where they didn't charge you a fee, whereas sending a check would be the one where they did.
Well, they charge more to do it online because they have to pay someone to do the processing of the credit card payments and shit.
All the old people have to figure out how computers work, so it's like a fee.
Harsh, lady.
We're talking about character archetypes now. Archetypes? Archetypes?
Archetypes.
I'm good at words. The word arc is one of those weird ones for me. There's that silent E. Hell, I'm pretty high. I still can consistently get arch and arc mixed up. Because I mean, in a really broad sense, they're the same thing.
I suppose.
An arc is just something that's going in a curve, and an arch is, well, a curve. Tone policing. Well, now that you've actually read about the story for Unibel, how do you feel about it? Or, well, as far as it goes with Hyde anyway, I guess.
Aspects of it remind me a lot of Persona 3. Like the whole, what do they call it? Empty Knight? Hollow Knight?
Yeah, well, I think it's the Hollow... I think they it's the Hollow Knight. They just shorten it to Knight.
Right. Well, the Hollow Knight bit reminds me of the 13th hour, or the... whatever the hell they call it for something?
The Dark Hour.
The Dark Hour. Whatever. You see the similarities, though. You understand what I'm talking about. Like, where only a few people can actually perceive what's going on, and the ones that do are attacked by weird monsters and shit.
Only this time it's kind of like localized to a certain area, as opposed to like it happens all over the fucking world. I guess it's kind of unclear about that. Persona didn't really make that explicit. Whereas the Hollow Knight takes place, I can't remember where in Japan this is, because obviously it's in Japan. But it's like X number of miles.
It seems to move around from what I read.
And it gets weaker as you get closer to the edge. And normal people instinctively avoid it. That was at least I think that's how it was described. Anyway, wait, no, we still got like 10 seconds left, but that killed a few of them. So anyway, next time on Radical Bromance, more Melty.
Or fisticuffs.
Melty remains.
And gunshots.